Attorney Joy Pesquera. We have 15 questions this evening. So ladies, you have a choice already. So the last one, candidate number 12, you'll have 3 questions to choose from. Pandemic. What do you think is the best tourism product that Cebu should focus on post-pandemic?
So as we all know, for me, one of the most important tourism product that we should focus on is actually Santo Niño Church, because this actually brings people together. As we all know, it's the 50th year of Catholic. And then, so if we think about it, this brings people together, and this actually makes us all united. So if we stay strong with our religion, we can actually help one another to be more, to grow as a person and to be more united. Thank you.
Thank you. Now we welcome in candidate number 2. If you were to come up with a new Cebuano dish, what will it be?
If I were to come up with a new Cebuano dish, it would have to be a combination of kinilaw, sinugba in one. Because I believe so that these are the 2 best exotic dishes alone. And I believe that if we join them together, we are able to create a much more delicious, sumptuous meal for everyone. If our foreign friends come here to the Philippines, I will offer.
Thank you very much. Candidate number 2. Hello, candidate number 3. Okay.
Fellow Carla as well.
I know, guwapa magyud yung mga Carla, no?
Yes.
Yung saka sa tumama to. Alright, Carla, please choose a question. How do you think Cebu should use its UNESCO City of Design designation in promoting tourism?
Well, I believe first and foremost, Cebu has so many things to offer, starting from its beaches, its beautiful highlands, and it's also an economic hub in the Philippines. And the designer is just an addition towards what we have here in Cebu. And if we increase this using media digitalization, we could bring so many more people here, and we could recover and move forward, and we could strive for a better community and a better 2022. Thank you.
Thank you so much, candidate number 3. Here it is, your question for this evening. Of all the trainings given to all Miss Cebu candidates, what do you consider the most valuable?
We know that a lot of women are victims of sexual harassment. And we were given the chance to learn self-defense, and that was one training that I truly appreciate because it brings women empowerment. That even though we're women, we're not just expected to be beautiful, we're expected to be strong. And that's why I am appreciative of Miss Cebu, because they really want us to be better. And if given a chance to be the next Miss Cebu, I will continue to be the voice of the voiceless, an example especially for the Cebuano youth. Thank you.
All right, candidate number 5, please join us here. How can tourism be a tool in improving mental health?
COVID-19 and when COVID-19 pandemic caused great stress and anxiety to everyone globally, right? And it affects the most vulnerable sector. And when there is a need for us to revive our tourism once again, because it is not just an economic activity, it provides an opportunity to every Cebuano. Thank you.
Hi, number 6, join us here, front and center. Here you go. Here's your question. Online classes came around during the start of the pandemic, and truth be told that during exams we can easily cheat and copy assignments. Even parents and friends tolerate it. Shall online classes be continued in the Philippines? Why or why not?
There would be 2 factors for this. Is it safe for Philippines to continue online classes? Is it safe? Is everyone vaccinated? And if most of the population of the students are vaccinated, then I think it is best to go back to face-to-face classes, because we could learn so much to interact with our peers, with our teachers, and then integrity and honesty in learning and in our education will be fostered. And I think that's what is important in returning online classes, face-to-face online classes. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Hello, candidate number 7. Candidate number 7, here you go. In the era of distrust and misinformation, how do you fight fake news that we often see on our social media feed?
As a mass communication student, we are taught to be media literate. And as citizens of the Philippines and Cebu, I want to serve as a reminder that we all must be responsible citizens and learn how to be media literate as well. It is our responsibility because every click can change the whole world. Every click can change everyone's perspective, and I believe that everyone should have the responsibility to be a best citizen of the city. Thank you.
Thank you very much, candidate number 7. Let's welcome candidate number 8. Here's your question for this evening. What is the most impactful thing you have learned from the pandemic? No, viral here. Alright. Ako'y mo viral. Okay. What is the most impactful thing you have learned from the pandemic?
As someone who thinks that she's a go-getter, this pandemic I learned to slow down. I'm the type of person who wants to plan 2 steps ahead, but during the pandemic it made me slow down and made me think of my bigger future. And actually during the pandemic, this was a happy accident. Miss Cebu, I didn't plan this, but here I am, and as a registered nurse, I took an oath to devote myself to the welfare of those under my care, and as a Cebuana, I take another oath to share my skills, knowledge, and experience to the Cebuanos. Thank you.
Thank you so much, candidate number 8. Hello, candidate number 9.
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing very well. All right, candidate number 9, this is your question. What is the strength of your generation to survive and thrive the challenges today?
Our generation is known as the generation that has consistently had access to so much information on the internet. Now, a lot of people may see this as a bad thing because maybe we'll spread bad news to other people. However, I believe the contrary. Our generation with this knowledge has the ability to empathize with people all across the globe. And as a Cebuana, I hope that I can embody this quality and use it if you allow me to be your Miss Cebu 2022. Thank you.
And let's welcome in candidate number 10. Celebrating women empowerment this month, what is the current role of young women today?
Celebrating Women's Month this month is very fruitful because we have experienced a pandemic and we came to realize the importance of reaching for our goals and dreams in life because nothing is permanent. I lost my job as a cabin crew and I realized that we need to be adaptive, and for as long as we live, we need to reach for our goals and dreams in life. Remember that your dreams are valid and you have the power to achieve them. Thank you.
All right, let's welcome candidate number 11. All right, candidate number 11, your question for this evening. What can you advise the Cebuano community with the rising fuel and basic commodities prices?
I will tell the Cebuanos to simply adapt and understand. Our government is also doing their best to adjust in us. So let's do our part as a community member to also adjust in those perspectives. But if we help together, if we work together, we would have an amazing world. We would have an amazing Cebu. Thank you.
Thank you very much, candidate number 11. Okay, Lorraine, can you please choose a question for me? Thank you so much. What do you think is the best invention that has improved our lives? And how will you even make it better?
I think the best invention in our lives is definitely social media. And I do think that the sole purpose is to bring people together. It connects us and we get to speak freely of what's on our minds. So I do think that as responsible netizens, we should always think before we click. We should always try to continue to be responsible and of course continue to use social media to promote who we are, what we do, and of course be good influences and leaders to everybody all across the world. Thank you.
Thank you so much, candidate number 12.